Hello, and welcome to the Orange Coast College Online AIM Program Workshop. We hope that this workshop will give you an awareness of academic standing at OCC and will motivate you to improve academically and seek support should you need it. AIM stands for Academic Improvement Movement. Our program is geared toward upward mobility, and we are here to support you in succeeding in college and realizing your educational goals. So with that in mind, let's move on. The information in this workshop is based mostly on our district probation and disqualification policy, which can be found in our OCC catalog. Let's talk about probation first. There are two types of probation. First, academic, which has to do with grades, and second, progress, which has to do with not completing coursework, or in other words, receiving too many W's, I's, or NP's. Academic probation happens for two reasons. Either your grade point average is less than 2.0 in the most recent semester you've completed, or your cumulative grade point average is less than 2.0 in all the units you've completed at OCC. Let's use Bob as our student example. As you can see, Bob did pretty well, except he got a D in his math class. Unfortunately, the math class was a 5-unit class, and this is unfortunate for Bob because more units equals increased effect on GPA. Since I mentioned GPA, let's clarify here that college GPAs are calculated a bit differently than high school GPAs. In college, each grade has the same point value as it did in high school, meaning an A is worth 4 points, a B 3 points, a C 2 points, etc. However, to get our grade points for each class in college, we multiply the grade value by the number of units, and that would give us our grade points for the class. So we're going to use this Become a Millionaire class as our example. So Bob got a C in that class, which is worth 2 points. We multiply that by the 3 units, and that gives us his 6 grade points for that class. Now, to calculate the grade point average, or GPA, for the semester, we would total the grade points for all the classes in the semester and divide that total by the number of units taken in that semester. So Bob's D in money math ended up pulling down his GPA to below a 2.0 because the A, which was great, that he got in basket weaving, was only a 1-unit class and not strong enough to help pull the points up from that low D in math. As a result of the 1.8 GPA, Bob was placed on academic probation. Now, progress probation only considers your completion of classes. By completion of classes, we mean getting a letter grade of A through F. If you drop too many classes with a W or get too many I's or NP's, then you may be placed on progress probation. You have to complete at least 51% or more of your units with letter grades in order to stay in good progress standing. We're going to use Betty as our student example here. Betty's studying to be a nurse, and she's doing really well in the classes that she completed. As you can see, she got A's in all those classes. However, Betty dropped 2 classes, the immunization class and the side effects class, which total 8 units. Since she took 15 units and dropped over half of her units, she will end up being on progress probation. Even though her academic marks were excellent, she still will be on probation due to the fact that she did not progress toward completion. It's important to note that even though Betty is on progress probation for the W's did not affect her grade point average, which still ends up being a 4.0. Our next step in the probation continuum is disqualification. If a student on probation does not improve in the next semester, they will be placed on disqualification. Disqualification can happen for both academic and progress reasons. Academic disqualification applies to any student who was on academic probation and was not able to achieve a GPA of 2.0 or higher in the next semester attended at OCC. The same situation exists for students who are on progress probation and continue to drop classes with a W or receive I's or NP's in the next semester at OCC. Our policy states that at this point, the student may be subject to dismissal from all the colleges in the Coast Community College District, including OCC, Golden West, and Coastline. If a student is dismissed, it will be for a period of 1 semester, and the student may return to any of the colleges after the time off. OCC will notify you of your disqualified standing, and you will be given an opportunity to appeal the disqualification through the Counseling Division office. There will be a registration hold placed on your account that will block all registration activity, including adding and dropping your classes. In order to have this hold removed, a student must meet with a counselor and complete the petition for reinstatement. Once the petition for reinstatement is submitted, the hold will be cleared within the next business day, and the student will be able to register according to the conditions indicated on the petition. At this point, counselors usually limit the number of units for the next semester. We find that taking fewer units allows you to focus on your academic work, which helps you get back on track and gives you the momentum to be successful moving forward. If a student continues to not improve academically or progress toward completion of coursework for a 3rd semester, they will be dismissed. At this point, a registration hold is placed on the account, and the student will still have the option to appeal the dismissal. However, it is at the counselor's discretion to permit the student to enroll for the next semester. The appeal is done in a counseling appointment, and the student must complete a dismissal appeal form and bring it with them to the appointment. So here's the good news. There are a couple of ways that you can repair your GPA. Let's first talk about grade exclusions. You have the option of retaking classes to improve your grades. You can only retake those classes graded with D's or F's, which we consider to be substandard grades. If you choose this option, we will remove the grade points from the previous attempt at the class and use the 2nd grade when calculating your GPA. This is a great option, especially if you need the class for a program or to transfer. Keep in mind that if you had a D in the previous attempt of a class and then retake that class and get an F, the policy states that we will remove the D and use the F in the new GPA calculation. So it's important to improve on that 2nd attempt. You have 3 attempts at a class in our district. If you did not pass a necessary class on the 3rd attempt, you will have to go outside our district to take the class. Once you've taken the class and receive a passing grade, you can submit the official transcripts from that college to OCC and fill out a grade exclusion form in the enrollment center in Watson Hall. The staff will make the change on your transcript and it will improve your GPA. The 2nd option for grade repair is called academic renewal, and this is another great option, especially for students who've done poorly in the past academically and have shown consistent improvement in subsequent coursework. So this policy allows the student to have 2 semesters of substandard grades removed from their transcript. The courses do not have to be retaken. Many colleges refer to this policy as academic forgiveness. I like to call it a gift. Academic renewal is done in a counseling appointment and has some very specific requirements for approval. A couple that I'd like to mention here are you have to have 1 year pass since the semester or semesters that you'd like to renew, and you have to have C's or better in at least 12 units after the semester or semesters to be removed. The counselor will review your transcript and help you understand the policy as it relates specifically to your record. These petitions are approved at the discretion of the Dean of Counseling. It's important that you are aware of how OCC officially communicates information to students. We send our academic standing notifications to your student email account as required by our board policy. I also send the notifications to your personal email account that you've provided when you applied to OCC. If that email is changed, it would be wise to go into your My OCC account and make that change in your personal information. A good strategy that I've seen other students use is to forward your student email to your personal email account. It is very important for you to know a few things going forward, and let us give you a little bit of advice that may help you on your journey to success. So first, we'd like you to pay attention to your dates and deadlines, specifically your registration dates that can be found on in your My OCC account. When you're aware of those dates, you'll be better prepared to register on those dates when they come, which will help ensure that you get the courses that you'd like at the times you like with the professors that you'd like. It often happens where a student sees that it's their day to register, and then they find out they have a hold on their account and they're not able to register at that time. Sometimes some holds on campus can take a few days to get cleared. So it's wise to go look at those dates and make sure your holds are cleared before the date arrives so that you're prepared for that. Also, it's important to know your drop dates. If you're watching your drop for non-payment and your drop with refunds, that will help you save money. Also, please pay attention to the drop to be able to receive a W and the drop to not have a W on your transcript. Those dates are particularly important to those students who are on progress probation. The last items on this list have to do with campus connection. And that's one thing that we've seen is really important when it comes to academic success. So we recommend that you connect with people on campus in the following ways. First, talk to your professors and instructors. On that first day of class, it'd be great if you'd walk up to them and before or after class, introduce yourself and tell them that you're excited. And you could ask them if they have any suggestions or advice, study guides or study helps that might help you be successful in their class. It's just important for them to know that you care and that you're excited to be there. Also, you could go and see them on their office hours if you have a question about the lecture or any of the work that you've been assigned, or a test that you had and you weren't sure about why you missed a certain question. You could review those things with the instructor. All these things let the instructor know that you do care and you are invested in their class and in your success in their class. Also, when it comes time for you to transfer or possibly to get a job, you could have these people be references for you if you need letters of reference. So it's a great idea to connect with your professors and instructors. We'd also like you to consider forming study groups for each of your classes. Study groups can be a real effective way of connecting not only with your peers on campus, but connecting in a way that helps you to do better in class together. So our general advice about study groups is to keep them to 3 to 4 people and then meet on a weekly basis, especially before your quizzes or your tests. It's wise to review the notes that you take in class, because often we find that students may miss a certain thing that the instructor said and another student may capture that. And if you compare your notes, then you'll make sure that you have a more complete version of the lecture so that you can cover all the material. Also, you can review your reading together, and this will help you internalize the reading. A lot of times we read and the things go in one ear and out another, and we just don't really internalize that information or put it into our long-term memory. If you review the reading with your classmates, then you'll be able to recall that information when it comes time to use it for quizzes or tests. We just want you to have fun in these study groups as well. So enjoy your time together, and some of these friendships could be formed that will be lasting, and others may just be for the time being, but they will be great additions to your success journey at college. So we'd also like you to visit the Student Success Center here on campus if you need especially help in math or English. They have great resources there and great people who are trained, and they're just genuinely nice people. So the Student Success Center here on campus is located in the quad under the clock tower, and it's a free resource to all students. Lastly, I'd like to direct you to us at the AIM Support Center, you can find us in Watson Hall. We're on the 3rd floor in room 352, and I'm usually there daily between 9 and 5. And Fridays we do close at 2:30, but you can generally find us there. If you have any questions or you'd like to come in and tell us that you're doing great in a class, or if you're struggling and you want to get some resources or talk it out with us, we'd be happy to help bounce some ideas and find you the resources that you need to help you be successful in the classes that you're taking. Also, we have counseling very specific to this program, so we can help you make appointments for those with those counselors and be a part of that success journey for you. So we thank you for your time, for watching this workshop, and we wish you great success this semester.